Are you a police officer?
I certainly am.
You are, okay. Would you mind just identifying yourself for me, if you don't mind?
Detective Inspector Richard Hamlin.
Detective Inspector Richard Hamlin, okay, no worries.
So, I just need to let my colleagues know what you're doing.
That's fine, that's fine, that's fine, yep.
Can I ask why you're recording it?
Just for my own interest.
Okay. So, from my point of view, you know, I need to consider security of the police station.
Yep.
It's unusual for somebody to be filming.
Well,
officers.
you may feel it's unusual, but I don't.
Okay. So why? What's your motivation for filming?
It's a public service what we pay for.
Okay. It's unusual. You're the first person I've ever known in 25 years.
No. I'm quite sure that you know about people filming police stations.
Well, it concerns me, I've got to say.
Yeah, but whether or not it concerns you or not, and what the actual law is, okay, your concern and what the law is are completely different, because what I'm doing is a completely lawful activity. Okay, and as long as I break no laws, commit no crime, then I'm well within my actual rights to do what I'm doing.
Okay.
And regardless to what anyone's views and opinions are, those views and opinions do not trump my rights.
Okay, and can I ask your name?
I don't need to give that.
Okay, so you're giving me some cause for concern now, because you're next to the police station.
Well, why do I need to give my name?
Because you're filming the police station.
So because I'm doing a lawful activity, I'm meant to give my name. Is that what you're saying?
I didn't say that, did I? What I said to you is, I've given you my name, I'm asking yours, I'm slightly concerned what your motivation is.
Yeah, and as I said, I don't need to give my name.
Can you take your hands out of your pockets for me?
No, I don't need to. I don't need to do anything. You asked me.
Okay, you're being slightly obstructive. You're not giving me your name.
No,
your hands
I don't.
In your pocket, and I'm slightly concerned.
Yeah, my hands were in my pocket even before you got here, sir.
Okay, I'm being completely reasonable with you. Take your hands out of your pockets so I can see.
No, don't tell me what to do. I don't need to do anything. Okay, if you need to, please take a step back. Please step backwards, okay? You approach me. No, you approach me, okay? If you're unsure, then I would actually advise you then to please step backwards. I would stand in here and I would ask you to actually step back, please.
So what I will say to you is, I don't need to take a step back. I'm quite comfortable.
And I don't need to take my hand out of my pocket.
But what I said is, okay, could you take your hands out?
And I said no, because I don't need to.
Okay. Well, then it gives me concern that you may be
what? Because I've got pockets in my clothing and my hand goes into a pocket, that's giving you concern.
What's giving me concern is it's very unusual for somebody to come and film a police station.
No, it's not. It's not.
I've never known it before.
Then if that's the case, then you are well and truly behind the times as an officer in your position.
But I've never known it. And what I've got is a chap who won't give me his name, who's got his hand in his pocket, who's giving me cause for concern.
Okay, so my hand in my pocket, okay, doing a completely lawful activity, okay, because of your feelings, not what the law is. Those are your feelings. That's not the law.
What I'm telling you is,
no. Please don't tell me. Please do not tell me.
You're doing an unusual activity, and you've got your hand.
Is it lawful? Is it lawful?
I've been quite reasonable with you, and I'm asking.
Is what I'm doing lawful?
At the moment, it would appear to be.
Right, it is, okay? Well, there you go, okay? You've answered your own question. So whatever you do as of this point, okay, will be unlawful because of what you've just stated.
Because I've asked you to take your hand out of your
pocket. And I said no.
I
don't have to take orders from you.
I didn't ask you to take orders from
Telling me to take my hand out of my pocket is an order. Okay? And I said no. Okay? And I don't have to do that.
So I'll ask you again, what's your name, please?
I don't have to give my name.
I've tried to be quite reasonable with you.
Yeah, and I've done nothing wrong. I do not have to give my details. That is my lawful right not to give my details. Okay? And me having my hand in my own pocket, okay, whatever your concerns and your feelings are, those are your concerns and feelings.
The inspector's request here falls short. The simple test is an officer's feelings don't create suspicion. Having a hand in a pocket is a normal everyday action, not reasonable grounds for suspicion of a crime. By treating it as a threat, the officer appears to be manufacturing concern to justify his questioning. Will he escalate from here?
Okay. So, you said this is an unusual activity.
No, you said that.
No, you said that.
No, you said it was unusual.
I said it seemed a very unusual activity.
Yeah, and I said to you, it may seem unusual. To me, it's not.
Okay. So have you done this before?
Okay. It's irrelevant whether or not I've done it before.
Okay, well, what I'm asking for is because I've never met you before. Okay, I need to know a little bit more about what's going on here. It seems
Okay, right.
very strange.
Well then, if that's the case, okay, can you give me your date of birth, okay, and your home address?
Right. Okay. I've given you my details.
Okay. No, give me your date of birth and home
Clearly
address.
you're asking me
no,
something
well,
which
you
is
want personal
completely
information of mine, okay? That's my personal information. That's not my work information. That's my personal
if you've
information.
done this before. That's not personal information.
Okay.
I'm
My name
asking
is
you-
my personal info. My
I
name is
asked
my
you,
personal
have you done
information,
this
and I
before?
said that's irrelevant.
Okay, because you said it's not uncommon.
I said it's irrelevant. Correct.
All right. So you're not prepared to give me your name.
I don't need to give you my name.
You're not prepared to take your hand over your
I
pocket.
don't need to take my hand out of my pocket.
Okay.
So, and as I said, okay, if you're feeling that bothered, then please do take a step back away from me.
I'm not
You
bothered.
walked to me.
I don't need to. I mean, the fact that you're telling me to take a step back again just adds to concern that you offer a risk to me. You're posing a threat.
Well, no. I'm saying I'm going off of what you're saying to do with my hand in my pocket. If you don't like my hand in my pocket, then move away from me. Then.
If I believed you had something which could harm me in your pocket.
Well, how do I know what you got in that bag?
my
That if
jewellery.
you actually take a swing at me, that it might knock me out.
Okay, because I'm not
There you
going
go.
to do that.
Well,
What-
there you go. So please don't make an assumption on me because I haven't made one on you.
So, as a police officer working at this police station, I've asked you what you're doing
Yep.
here.
And as a member of the public, okay, I have the right to ask questions to whatever officer is actually on duty. Okay, I have a right to actually film police premises. I have a right to film police property, officers, vehicles, everything.
The auditor correctly stands his ground. The rule is simple. Lawful activity doesn't require justification. Once the inspector admits the filming itself is lawful, his entire basis for demanding details or issuing commands crumbles. He's trying to control a situation where he has no legal authority to do so. How will he react to this logical dead end?
And I will let our
Okay,
FCCTV operator
so
know as well.
you're
We
a
can
chief
monitor
inspector,
that.
yes?
No, detective inspector.
Detective inspector. Right. What I'm going to do, okay, just so you don't get paranoid, okay, right, I'm going to take a memo out of my bag that got issued to every single police station, and I'm going to hand it to you to read,
Thank you.
okay?
If it
And-
helps me understand why you're here.
Well, this is what I call a first-class education, and that is what this is. Okay, it is a complete first-class education. Okay, now you know who the NPCC are, yes?
I do.
Right. Okay. Right. There we go. Okay. If you'd like to take it, you can actually read through it.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Take it as long as you want. It makes no difference for me. Okay, you can see the date of when that was issued as well. So, and that got issued to every single force. So that's why I said before people actually come and make assumptions, they should actually know what people can lawfully do.
To be fair, if you go back to the start of the conversation, and you've clearly recorded it, so you can do. I was asking you what you were doing. I haven't told you I haven't asked you to stop, have I?
Okay. Well, you were trying to tell me to take my hand out of my pocket.
Because
You were trying to force me to give you my
I asked
name.
you to take your hand out of your pocket
Okay.
because it gives me concern that you've got your hand in your pocket, and I want to keep myself safe.
And I want
just
to keep myself safe.
I just want to make sure that you haven't got anything in there. Which
And
can
why do you
harm
think
me.
I keep a distance from you?
Well, you haven't really.
No, I have.
We're at a kind
No,
of
I have.
conversation.
I have. It's more than an arm's length. If we were shoulder to shoulder, then that's not keeping a distance. So did that now give you a much better idea now?
What I'm reading?
Yep.
Yeah, it does.
So, and that's why I said that is with every single force and in every single police station.
But you could have just given me.
I
some 10
don't need.
minutes
Yeah,
ago,
but I don't
couldn't you?
need
It
to
would have
give you
made
that.
it a lot easier.
Yeah, but
I was
I
quite
don't.
civil
Yeah, but
with
I
you.
do
was
not
trying
need to give.
ascertain
No, but the
what
whole
your
point.
reasons for
The
being
whole
here
point
were.
of people filming is to see whether or not you will actually abuse your officer power, okay, and actually try and take somebody's rights away from them.
Well, I hope you will see that most police officers are reasonable. You clearly can understand, but I would want to know why you were here.
Okay, right. Well then, as a detective inspector, okay, right now, okay, with Surrey Police Force, okay, do you know how many officers are currently on suspension from 2021 to 22?
Nationally?
No, just Surrey.
No, I don't
only
know.
Surrey.
No,
Okay,
I don't work in our
Surrey.
professional standards.
Surrey.
You alright?
I'm good, thank you.
What are you filming for?
Pardon?
What are you filming for?
For my own purpose.
What purpose is that?
My own.
Pardon?
My own.
Right, okay. I'll come out and speak.
Do I need a purpose to film?
Huh?
Do I need a purpose to film?
Well, normally you do.
No, I don't.
But they're trying to get out.
Well, first of all, could you identify yourself?
Show the numbers there. 1171 NA.
If you could actually say what the numbers are, please. Not
Yep.
everyone can actually read them.
1171 NA. No
Thank
worries.
you.
So what's the purpose of filming today?
For my own purpose.
Yeah, what's the purpose?
My own purpose.
Just what's the purpose? then?
Because I want to film.
Okay. Obviously, when we see people filming outside, we get a little bit worried.
Yeah.
Because there's terrorism, things like that.
Okay, so
That's
you're calling
why we
me a
asked.
terrorist?
I'm asking your purpose.
Okay. Well then, can you tell me then the last time when a police station was actually hit by a terrorist?
Well, that's not the point.
Okay.
Is it?
Yes, it is the point, because it's predominantly, okay, it will be the public that will get hit by a terrorist, not the police.
I think that's incorrect.
No, it's not incorrect. You've only got to look at past events, okay, and you will actually see that. And
Okay.
then when
What
you
about
look at the last police
PCP
station, the last police station that actually
about
got hit by a
PCP
bomb,
farmer?
okay, was in
That got stabbed by a
1972.
terrorist. How about that?
Okay, yeah, that was a stabbing.
Yeah, that's a terrorist act.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So then, if that's the case, then should we then talk about a certain officer that killed a young woman when he was
wasn't
in
a terrorist
uniform?
act.
No, but that was a member of the
correct.
police. That was a member of the police, okay, that actually killed a member of the public.
Right.
Okay.
So what's the
So,
point of that and terrorist?
because it's my right, okay,
I'm not saying it's
to
not your
film,
right, but I'm asking
okay.
why you're filming.
because I can.
Yeah, but for what reason? So you've come
My
out here
own
today-
reason. My
you've
own
come out
reason.
here today,
I don't need to explain to you why I want to film.
But we're asking you why. I mean, we've got powers under the Terrorist Act.
What,
to
section
search
43?
You, to search you.
And
to
if
search
you
your
use
phone.
section 43, okay, it will be unlawful for one.
For why?
Okay,
Why is
because
that?
it's my lawful right.
Right.
And if you actually read the actual memo that got sent by the IOPCC,
Okay.
IOPCC, sorry, back in 2020, right, it will actually state that people can actually film a police station,
Yeah.
okay, police staff, police vehicles, okay, and section 43 should not be used, okay, in
But
that
what about
actual
hostile
event.
reconnaissance? What about that?
Okay.
What
Do you-
if we see you filming outside a police station?
Okay, well
and it
then,
could be
well
viewed
then,
as
let me put
hostile
it to you this way.
reconnaissance?
I'll put it very bluntly. Okay, if you believe, okay, that it is, okay, then if you contact the counter-terrorism
Well, we
squad,
haven't got time for that. If it's
well, no,
terrorism,
if
then
you
we haven't
believe
got
that,
time
if
for
you,
that.
well, I'm just standing here.
This next officer's approach is immediately confrontational. The rule for using the Terrorism Act Section 43 requires genuine suspicion. Jumping straight to terrorism for lawful filming can be seen as an intimidation tactic that falls short of professional standards. It's a serious allegation, and the auditor is ready to dismantle it with facts. Let's watch.
Okay, if you believe that, okay, then you contact them.
Well, no.
Okay, but
so
also
I'm-
as well,
my
what are
camera-
your reasonable grounds? What are
Right,
your
so you're
reasonable
outside,
grounds?
So you've waited for a van to come out. How do I know you're not going to run in when you're filming a police station? What for? It could be for the exit.
Well, this is a
Could be
public
for the
footpath.
entrances.
This is a public
But you ain't-
footpath.
That's not public.
It makes no difference. I
That's
can film.
private.
I can film.
Yeah, so we've come out. We're asking
Hang on, you
why.
say that that's private. Okay, that is owned by the public.
But it's
Okay.
private. You need a pass to get in.
Who's going in?
It's
I'm not getting in.
public ground.
I'm not getting in.
So I've asked you.
You made a
why
presumption
are you-
that I may
why-
go in.
Well, yeah, of course.
Okay, you
We
made a
can't- we can't
presumption.
take that chance. 'Cause
Yeah, I know.
apparently terrorists don't attack us. They do. I've
Okay.
just gave an example, haven't I? A few
Yeah,
years ago.
and then should we then talk about actual people then that get abused by the police on a daily basis?
Is that what you're filming for?
Okay.
Are you seeing if police are abusing people within the custody?
Well, yeah, you tried to say about using section 43, okay, and
Well,
that would have been
didn't
an
you brought-
abuse
you-
of power.
Well, it's not an abuse of
You
power.
use
You're
you said the
filming
terrorism
a
act,
police
yeah,
building,
which is a completely
which
lawful
could be seen
activity.
as
It's a
hostile
completely
reconnaissance.
lawful activity.
Right. but it
It's a
could be
lawful
seen-
activity.
You're not letting me speak.
It makes no difference.
Well,
Good afternoon.
hello, have you spoken to one of our colleagues earlier?
I've spoken to several of your colleagues.
At the police station, yeah?
Yeah.
That is in out here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Could you identify yourself for
Yes,
me, please?
PC McKenna, 1263.
Thank you very much.
Why do you get so anti when police come and speak to you?
I'm not anti.
Surely it's a good thing.
No, I've had several
buildings.
good interactions here today.
Right.
Okay, with 3 other officers.
Okay.
I've had some really nice interactions with them.
Okay. So you're
Right,
saying this isn't
and
a
not
nice
not one of them even attempted to bring up to do with terrorists.
Well, the first thing
Not
I see
one of
when
them.
people come outside a police building and start filming, that's the first thing I see. That's what I think. That's it.
Well, then you need to actually rethink your actual mindset, okay?
I don't think so.
Well, yes, you do, okay? And when you see a member of the public, whether or not they're filming or not, okay, maybe if you actually approach and say, can I help you, okay, like you did when you stuck your head out the van,
I did.
okay, but then it should be, okay, is there anything else I can do for you, whatever, okay? I should be allowed to carry on and do what I'm lawfully allowed to
I've
do,
allowed you to. You've been filming me for ages.
okay,
So I've allowed you to.
okay? Well, it's not about you allowing me to,
You just told me to allow you to.
it's not about you allowing me to, it's something that I'm rightfully within my rights to do so.
Right, okay. You've just told me to allow you to. I have for about 10 minutes now. So.
Okay.
What's your first name?
I won't give my name.
Okay. What are you auditing? Just out of interest.
Pardon?
You're auditing, right?
I am,
What
correct.
Are you auditing?
A public building, okay, and a public service.
What is it? Just the amount of police officers that come out, or the vehicles? Or
No, just whatever I can see. Just whatever I can see. Whether or not a vehicle comes out, okay, an officer comes out, makes no difference. I'll film whatever I can see.
Just police stations you do, or do you go and do it any other?
Any public service.
So like a library? Would you go to
Okay,
a library?
yep.
Fire brigade?
Yep.
Okay. I'm literally just
Yeah. No,
having scoping.
it's anything that the
finding out.
public. It's anything that the public pay for.
And what do
Okay,
you do
that's a
with
public
that
service.
information?
It all depends. It all depends.
On what you see?
Yeah, I use it for my own personal interest.
Okay. And how many hours do you put in a week, would you say?
That's
doing that?
irrelevant to how many hours I put in.
Do you enjoy it?
Here we
Here
see
we
a
see a
welcome change in tone. A core policing skill is the ability to de-escalate. Instead of making demands, this officer engages in a polite, professional conversation. He's gathering information through dialogue, not intimidation. This is a much better approach for building public trust. But will this calm actually last?
I do enjoy it, yeah. So because at the moment, and especially with the Met, and then even then if you look at homicide police, okay, there is a massive divide between the public and the police. There is a massive divide, okay, and that divide is something that needs to be closed because we need a police force
agree.
without any shadow of a doubt. It's very important that we have one.
Yeah, it's a good relationship.
Okay.
That's why initially PCSOs were introduced.
Yeah, but then now there's loads of mixed views to do with that, okay, whether or not that was the actual right thing or was it actually about actually trying to get trained officers in.
They
do you
are
mean?
trained officers.
Well, no,
They're civil, weren't they? But
yeah, okay,
I used to
they're,
be
they're not in the same level as you guys as constables. They're not in the same level.
they don't have the same powers.
Yeah,
Correct.
as such. Yeah, it's not that
Okay.
they've got their own job. It's not the same level. It's just that they don't.
Yeah, they've been
have
put
the same
in
powers. The bridge.
as a replacement, okay, to what used to be the whole old home beat officers, okay, where they go out onto different estates.
That's
okay,
you've
and
kind
try
of
and
got them.
engage.
You've got safer neighbourhoods, haven't you?
Yeah.
So then you've got the PCSOs that attach to the safer neighbourhoods. The majority of them, not all of them, obviously, and they're trying to bridge that gap. So is that what you're trying to, look into then?
Well, yeah, it's to see how the police actually feel, okay, to do with it, and that's why I said I've had some good interactions where an officer came out to me, he turned around and went, "You're auditing?" I went, "Yes,"
Do you
and
understand,
then
do you understand why we come up and question you?
yeah,
There's
but
a lot of people that, as you've already said, there's a lot of people that really don't like us.
yeah, I welcome any interaction. But as soon as try and say about the Terrorist Act, okay, and all the rest of it, okay, then that is when, okay, it won't go down the same line as what a normal civil conversation would have
But
been.
that's what we're trying to notice, and that's what it is linked with, because people gathering information from police buildings, and then they use that information and unfortunately become quite destructive.
Well,
and-
any
and
place
dangerous.
really. It could be a tube station, train station.
Yeah, well,
or
just
going
remember,
video.
everything that I'm filming now, okay, can also be seen on Google Earth,
Right.
okay? The only difference is the actual interaction, okay, between myself and officers, because I can see the whole police station and everything from Google Earth.
But
Okay.
you'll be able to see how
many people come in and out, what times
that's
the
obviously
people
what
come
we're
in
doing
and
our
out.
job. I'm curious just to
I
to know
don't
what
care
you're
how many officers go in and out. I don't care what times they go in and out.
Okay.
I'm not here for that.
But when I came out, straight away I said, oh, what are you doing? And you didn't want to tell me. But if you just said, I do an audit, I do it on all public buildings, then it would have
But
been...
I don't have to
interaction, wouldn't it?
justify what I'm doing.
But I'm asking you a question. Just
Yes.
like if we walked past in the street and you wanted to ask me a question,
Yeah.
I'd answer it.
And I said, what did I turn around and say to you what I was doing?
A purpose.
Okay?
That's it.
For my own interest.
Yeah. No,
Okay?
no, you didn't say
Okay.
your own interest. You said a purpose.
Yeah, my own purpose.
Yeah.
Okay? So when you look at it, my own purpose is my own business.
Right.
Okay? And if I don't wish to tell you what that business is, I do not have to tell you what that business is.
Okay, but when you're videoing places like this, you
Yeah.
can't like get all angsty when people come and
Okay,
ask you.
so then,
'Cause it's our job
so
to
then,
come and ask and
so
make sure
then,
it's safe.
so then, do you go up to everybody then that's filming Buckingham Palace, okay, and 10 Downing Street,
That's not my
okay,
job
and
to do
stop
that.
them all,
That's not my job
okay?
to do that.
Do you go round to every single place, like even then when you look at the Olympic Park, okay, that's not far from here, even then when you look at that, okay, do you walk up to everyone that's got a camera,
It's not my job again,
okay?
is it?
Do you walk up to everyone
But
who
this
you
is
can
just-
see with a
This is
phone?
just a normal police station, isn't it?
Yep, and this
So
is
we've
just,
come out,
and
you've
I'm
stood
just a
near
normal
the
member of the
gates.
public with a phone.
The first thought is, well, why is he filming? And that's what's come last year.
Okay, so and that's why I said to you that instead of actually doing it exactly as you done, okay, and you've been very polite and very professional, and I will say that, and that's how a conversation should be fully conducted, exactly how it was with the other officers that I spoke to previously.
So what's your plan for the rest of the day? You're going to carry on monitoring?
I have no idea yet. I have no idea. I
Just
just
so you
take
know,
it.
that
I just
obviously-
take it stage by stage.
I only know because I've spoken to the officers that stopped you earlier. If you continue to film, probably more officers are going to ask you what you're doing.
And that's fine. That's fine. And I welcome any interaction.
Well, you didn't really welcome mine, but no worries.
Well, maybe you should look at the way that you actually approach first.
But you said I was fine in the van. and I
Okay,
said
yeah,
I'm just
and it
gonna
was
jump
when you
out
got
the
out,
street.
and it was when you got out, your tone changed.
Right.
Okay.
You said it was when I mentioned the Terrorism Act,
Okay.
which was a good 10 minutes
Yeah.
into the conversation.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. The camera footage will actually show that. Also, as well, you didn't have that on straight away.
Well, it
Okay.
starts recording before I
Okay.
turn it on.
And just make sure, okay, that does actually get kept, because I will be requesting a copy of that.
For a policing purpose, it can get kept. So I have
Okay.
to justify why I've kept.
No,
Yes, I do.
once I put in a request, okay, I had 30 days before it is actually deleted.
Correct.
Okay,
So if you
and
put
it's
a
in that
request in, I'll
time.
give it you.
Okay, and it's in that time that I will request a copy of it.
Okay, that's
And that's
fine.
why I said, okay,
But
please
other
make
than
sure.
a policing purpose, we can't save our body.
Okay.
It has to be for a policing purpose.
Okay. Yeah.
Right?
And this is a policing purpose.
What's the purpose?
Okay, because we're having an interaction. Okay, and if you actually look, or even on the Metzone website, okay,
We don't record every interaction.
I know you don't, but you are recording this interaction.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's why I said I will request a copy of
No
it.
problem. But like I said, I can't save it unless it's for a policing
Yeah.
purpose, which is fine.
With staff there.
Alright?
Or
Yep, no
you
worries.
can call up 101, which I write on here, and you can say, I would like to know your complaint about the lease. Okay? Do you want to just find the chemicals? And they will be able to make a complaint for you on the phone. They'll be able to sort it out. Okay, and someone will contact you.
You are talking about on the telephone? Or
Yeah. So if you call up on your phone 101 and just say, I'd like to make a complaint to the police.
So a
in regards
question,
to this
what are you
matter,
auditing now by just filming me
and then
listening to
this
these?
police station has your
I'm not
rights
listening
to
to
call
him.
No,
police station.
me listening to them. I am.
Okay?
So I'm asking, like, what's the purpose of
Because
you
there's no
filming me
actual
just
like working front office
just
here.
curious,
They
like,
make
I'm just
complaints.
curious, why?
The complaints
Because
go on the phone,
you're
telephone number, which is
an officer on duty, okay, looking very unprofessional with your hands tucked in your actual body warmer.
Yeah?
Okay.
We're not allowed to put our hands in our pockets.
Yeah, I know. Well, that looks even worse.
But
That
we're
looks
allowed-
even
That's
worse.
fine. But we're allowed to do
Okay.
this. We're
Yeah, I
not allowed
know,
to
but
put our hands
it
in our
looks a lot
pockets.
worse. Trust me, it looks a lot worse.
Okay, that's fine, but we've got rules. I'm not allowed to put my hands in my pockets.
Okay.
They're a lot more accessible from here compared to down here.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of rules that are there. Okay. i.e. to do with the way that you also identify as well, okay? It's like where you first actually just sort of dipped your shoulder and then pointed at your actual number.
If you listen to the thing, I say that's my number 11718, and then you say, can you actually say it?
Yeah, but that's the whole thing. You did not say your number,
I did.
okay?
You can
No, you
watch
did
back.
not.
That's
I actually asked for your number.